Hey everyone, just wanted to quickly show you class 185, £52. I purchased this on the 16th of December, DCC fitted. Let's go to the shed and let's have a look at it. I got a couple of locos and a couple of wagons. So if you're interested in, there's still cheap purchases that can be made and can be found. £52 DCC fitted. Let's go and have a look at it. So we're up in the shed. Just quickly, if you're a little bit squeamish, look away. I'll tell you when you can look back. But see that there? Big chunk of bone. That broke off the night before the operation. There's still plenty sticking out. But you can imagine, the size of that bone was sticking out. And that broke off. And so it needed to be done. Excuse me, always a cough in the bloody video. But I want to thank everyone for their, well wishes before the operation. Like I say, it's going to be a couple of weeks now. See how it actually turned out. Hopefully no infections will appear. And yeah, we'll look forward to the next one. It's, I really did feel sorry for the nurses. I will tell you a story at the end of this video. So if you are interested in that story, stay tuned, because I got half an hour in the recovery room and went up to the room, and I literally half an hour after sort of coming out from general anaesthetic kind of got jumped by a guy. But I'll tell you the story at the end of the video because I want to crack on with this. Now, if you're looking to get into model railways and you're thinking, mate, it's a bit expensive, well, there's still bargains to be had. And as I've usually, I go, Clive can back me up because I sent him a picture. Well, I actually just showed you, just to prove. Top one is a Pico. Yes, it's from the hobby range of Pico, which is the cheaper, more basic model, but still very nicely detailed. We'll get these out of the boxes in a second. This lower one, it's got 3 buffers missing on the lower one, class 150. But, 3 buffers, not a problem to replace. That one's got 1 buffer missing. That was £56. That was £52. So for £100, you got yourself 2 nice looking locos. They both came DCC fitted, so that was a cost saving as well. And I got up 2 wagons. I've got a number of these now. I've been hunting around, just picking them up in 1s and 2s, new old stock and stuff like that. We've got a Mahano and we've got a Roco, and we'll get them out of the box shortly and we'll compare the 2. So, you can get into the hobby still at a fairly cheap price, even if you wanted to do it DCC. Obviously, if you just want to do DC, it'll be even cheaper. But there's still affordable items. You don't need to buy the Acura scale, all singing, all dancing, that the pantographs lift up. And, for £300, you don't need to do that. Like I said, £52, £56, and once you got yourself, and even if you're in O gauge and you're like, you know what, I'm thinking about swapping to a HO gauge, the details are just, yeah, these are from the basic sort of range from Pico, and you'll probably pay a little bit, well, not probably, you will pay a little bit more for the highly detailed models, the expert range. But even that's still cheaper and much more detailed than some of the stuff that OO Gauge are chucking out for horrendous prices. So yeah, if you want to get in the hobby, or you're thinking about swapping sort of gauges, it's just to show you basically that there is cheap stuff out there. So what I'll do is I'll get them out of the box, we'll have a quick look at them, and then we'll get them on track and give them a run. Stay tuned. So we've got them all out of the box. The brown containers are the Rocos, and the grey ones are the Mahanos. I've got 2 sets of the Mahanos. It's the first ones or first items from Mahano I've actually brought. And then you've got your class 150 and your BR 150 and your BR 185, class 185. And we'll give them a run. Like I said, they're DCC fitted. So I'm just basically showing you that you can start a model railway relatively cheap, you know. I mean, these were pretty much the same cost as those locos. So, you know, for £200, you know, I've got 2 locos and I've got a double container wagons. Just wanted to give you a little look at the details on these container wagons. The Roco one, this blue one, is definitely, because it's got a metal chassis, it is a little bit heavier, so it'll hopefully be a better runner. But the details on the Mahano also very nice touch with the brake wheel there, you know, and all the signage on the sides. It is a plastic chassis on this one, but it was slightly cheaper than the Roco version. But both, you know, for the eyeball, both look very nice. And like I said, with a little bit of cosmetic work on these, as you can see there, it's got 1 buffer missing there and 2 buffers on that side, but not a problem. Just to get a small drill and drill them out for £56. Not complaining whatsoever. It's very nice, like I say, DCC fitted. Nice looking loco. And the BR185. Again, I was a little bit dubious because this guy's feedback was pretty poor really, but it came through. It's got both buffers that side. I've just got it's got obviously just 1 coupling on one side, which is not a problem. And it is from, you know, sort of the Pico hobby range, which is a little bit cheaper. But again, you know, £52 DCC fitted, as long as it runs. It's not, you know, it's always a bit of a hit and miss when you buy stuff anyway. So we're going to give them a test. Let's get them on track. Let's have a look. Let's see how they run. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. All right, let's see if I wasted my money. So we got it at slow speed. Containers are working well, and it's running well at slow speed. I've got to, my New Year's resolution is to clean these tracks. Bloody terrible. I haven't got a coupling on there at the moment, so I can't actually drag them around, but I'm going to sort out the cosmetics very shortly. See if we've got any functions on here. I'm not sure if it has lights or not. Just oh, there we go. Hopefully you can, let me just zoom in a bit. You can see got both headlights and tail lights. So £56, very good. You know, at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, you can always, there you go, and you can see the red lights on now. I think it's just got your basic functions. I don't think it's got cab lights or anything like that, but just trying to have a look. Lights are a little bit dim on it. But yeah, very nice, no complaints whatsoever. Runs, so it right out of crawl. Look at that, man. Even on my dirty tracks. So yeah, if you're looking to get into the hobby or you're looking to swap gauges, you know, there's some really reasonable priced items, quite a lot, depending on obviously if you want to do steam or diesel or electric. So we're just going to give it a bit faster run. Yeah, very good. Very happy with that. Very happy indeed. So let's try the other one. Give me a second and I'll swap them over. Off we go. So it's got lights, be it all. There's a little bit of light bleed on the chassis from this one, but again, it's Pico hobby range, so not too much of a problem. It's just bear with me a second. But that's just because of my dirty track, not because of the loco. Might be something with the decoder because the lights at this end is not changing over and staying at one colour. But it's running smooth enough. Let's just see if we can skillfully master. No, I'll have to do it manually, just bear with me a second. So yeah, the motor's purring just nicely. The two wagons are both running smoothly. I think, to be honest, I know the Roco one was a little bit cheaper, but I think the Mahano just edges it for me, just purely because of the details. The Roco wagon, the blue one with the brown boxes, is a bit heavier, but I think the Mahano one is definitely just edges it with the details, to be honest. I think maybe it's the yellow sort of flashings at the side. But yeah, you know, there's definitely bargains still to be had. So I'm going to just run this backwards and forwards, and I'm going to leave it there as in with the model railways. So we got a class 185, which is this one, the BR 185 and the BR 150. £52, £56, and obviously two different sorts of containers from wagons. So yeah, if you are looking to get in a hobby, you can still pick up items at a reasonable price and still enjoy the hobby. You don't have to have the latest all singing, all dancing loco. So I'm going to tell you a little story. In 2016, I had my right leg cut off, which was my second leg. I remember it well. It was February. I actually had it cut off on Valentine's Day on 2016, February the 14th. I got to the room, and the next day they wheeled another gentleman to the bed sort of next to me, and I was under my dressing gown. I had my hands under there because it was February. It was quite cold on the ward actually, and this guy, he was screaming, he was crying, he was shouting, he was just, it was really a sort of, you know, oh, I'm going to lose my big toe, I'm going to lose my big toe, and, you know, basically trying to make people feel bad. And I just calmly sort of turned to him and said, don't worry, mate, you'll get looked after. I said, you know, the system will look after you, there's a lot of stuff in place, and you know, you might have to wear a special shoe, but you know, no one will know any difference. And he sort of turned around to me and he said, what do you know about it, mate? I'm losing my big toe tomorrow. So I pulled back my dressing gown, and to reveal that I've lost all my fingers and both my feet, I said, well, I said, I know quite a lot about it actually, mate. I said, so, you know, just pipe down, give the nurses a break. I said, because, you know, they're doing the best that they can. And, you know, I'm sorry that you're losing your big toe. But I said, life still goes on, you know. And he's like, oh, sorry, mate, I didn't realise. And the guy did just, it was lucky because I got discharged actually on the Wednesday, which was the 16th. And, I mean, he followed me around literally from the day he saw me to, you know, to obviously my big reveal of both of my legs gone and fingers. And he just literally, I couldn't go anywhere without him, you know. So basically on this operation, half an hour in the recovery, and then I went up to the ward and I literally, obviously, you know, 22nd of December, you know, place was, like I said, it was chaotic. It was boxes everywhere, beds everywhere, and I just got into the room. And not 10 seconds I was in the room, it was a 6-man room, and guy in one of the beds, he's like, oh, you've just had your leg cut off, and he literally just jumped on me. Bear in mind, I've only been out of general anaesthetic for like half an hour, and you know, still feeling groggy and all the rest of it, and I was just like, no, man, I just had a revision, and I just didn't look at him because I just thought back to 2016 because, you know, yeah, I know it's sort of inspirational to some people, and see me, like the nurse, you know, she said, oh, we'll get some help and we'll get you up on the bed. And I said, well, what do I need help for? And she goes, well, she says, people come into hospital and they get pajamatitis. And I was like, well, what's pajamatitis? And they said, well, as soon as they get into hospital, they all of a sudden they can't do anything for themselves, you know. And I said, no, I said, I'm one of the most independent people you'll ever meet. And, you know, I said, you tell me where you want me, and I said, I'll get up on there on my own sweet time, like, you know, because people do sort of, you know, the nurses are literally, you can see it in their faces, they're stressed, overworked, you know, staff shortages. I mean, it didn't even have staff to put, you know, medical supplies away in the cupboard, hence it was all in the corridors, you know. So I mean, my leg was bleeding quite badly, so they changed my dressing quite quickly because it was literally pouring out the side of the dressing. And as soon as they changed my dressing, I just went outside because, well, one, I couldn't get a phone signal, and two, I couldn't be dealing with sort of other people, you know, because like I said, that was operation number 78, and it's just like it got to it. It does mentally drain you, basically, you know, after a while, and you can only smile so much to people before you just want to tell them to F off, like, you know. It's just, especially when you're in sort of half an hour out of anaesthetic and your head's not straight or anything like that. So yeah, a bit of a story for you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much what I just wanted to show you. Some really cheap bargains, like I said, you know, £52. It's from the hobby range, but it's nice enough detailed. I'm not bothered about fine details, bloody break them off anyways. But now I've given it a good sort of run, it started to, you know, settle down and be quite quiet. So keeping it still, because this will be for a short later. I like doing my shorts. So like I said, I've got a number of other bits and pieces to show you. I think 3-4 more locos, all second hand. There's a couple of really nice ones in there. These are the cheapest ones that I sort of picked up. Some that I've had for a while because, like I said, I've been working on the military base section. And you know, I haven't had a chance really to show you, but plus me sort of, my enthusiasm's gone a little bit, not for model railways, but just because of, like, before Christmas, the car blew up, so we had to get a new car, and that was a big rush around. So, you know, and I obviously having an operation, and I'm still feeling a bit groggy, as it were, you know, appetite's not back and stuff. And it does mentally, you know, it's not so much about, you know, yeah, I crawl up the stairs and all the rest of it, because I can't get a stair lift in my house, but it's, a lot of it is mental, you know, and having so many operations over such a short period of time, it does, it's not me whinging or anything, because I don't do that, but it's just, it mentally drains you, you know. So I'm going to leave it there, because I've waffled on way much longer than I really wanted to. But I just wanted to sort of just let you know, guys, that my elbows are not hitting the wood just yet. So you're going to have to put up with me for a little bit, for a little whiles longer yet. So we will get another video out fairly soon. Because like I said, I've got quite a bit to show you in various videos. Some are actual trains and some other stuff as well. But yeah, very, very happy with the purchases. And I shall just bring it up here and just stop it there. And we shall call that video a take. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one, because if Anthony Dodge gets this far into the video, you're gonna like this one, Anthony. It's just for you, mate, because I know you love ESU. That's just a little clue for you. ESU, I love it. So I'll see you next time, guys. Have a great new year. Don't get too drunk, you know, because you can't drive trains drunk. It's against the law, apparently. Police will pull you over. So yeah, have a great new year, and I'll see you on the next video. Take it easy, guys. Bye now.